where some very low energy,
something was happening
exactly, somehow attached to her. I don't know. Again, I don't mind saying that, but it wasn't her consciousness. It wasn't her energy. This was entirely a different entity that needed her for some reason, or for some reason was attached to her, whether their energies matched, I don't know, and left. And that was the start for me. You know, but a lot of people do bring their religious beliefs into it, and I can understand that because it's so the unknown. It's crossing over. Where does the soul go when we die? Is it anti-Christian to believe that the soul still exists and it's lingering? It's a very touchy subject. And some people that are struggling in their homes with something going on, they sometimes don't feel like they should, discuss it or seek help for it. With me, I have levels of confidentiality. There's a form to fill out. You pick your level of confidentiality. Very confidential, never discussed, never talked about, or I have full disclosure, like on my website or something. I can talk about it, names, places, and then I can talk about the case, but not the name and the place.
Keep it anonymous.
Exactly. So whatever somebody wants and feels comfortable with, because it could be against what they would think their religion would allow them to do.
So I'm thinking theoretically now. Okay, we're talking about what you saw or what perhaps other people have seen and felt and so forth. In your research, what do the, quote, experts or people who have kind of in this field above and beyond what you know and et cetera, okay, there must be some written material that you've looked at and can say, well, again, experts are saying the idea of the paranormal comes from, is there some kind of genesis or origin, or what's it all about? So maybe I want to get back at, kind of turn into now a little like, what is it? Okay, the paranormal. Call it a ghost, call it whatever you will, call it channeling energy, or we can describe the metaphysics of it, we can describe the form and shape and morphology, but what's behind it all? Like, why?
History of ghosts and apparitions go way back in time. As soon as there was man, there seems to be, the afterlife and ghosts and people appearing. Scientists believe that the spirit is actually quantum matter. It's like a plasma. It's a quantum matter, something
it's there, but you can't hold it.
Yes, exactly. And even the word in the movie Ghostbusters, ectoplasm. They think that's a made-up Hollywood word.
No,
that was coined. That was coined by a French physiologist in 1894. Ectoplasm. He wanted to describe what he has seen. This white, milky, misty substance that he knew was an apparition, and he didn't know what to call it. And knowing that a lot of things are plasma. Even electricity has, lightning has plasma. Yes, he called it ectoplasm. This is 1894, Charles Richter. And he won a Nobel Prize for his work. And this was a brilliant man. This was a brilliant scientist. Seeing things, knowing they're real, wanting to call it something.
Identify it for
people. Yes, exactly. So a lot of scientists are really into this and trying to measure things as much as we can. Now with thermal cameras, you can actually see things better. Our technology, we're capturing things. But even pictures that are authenticated, that nothing has altered them in any way, the skeptics will still say, nope.
It wasn't there.
For the believer, no explanation is necessary. But it is really becoming a measurable science, dating way, way back. And to me, what it is energy. Energy never dies; it just changes form. That's a scientific quote. Nothing ever dies; it only changes form. That energy, and I think that sometimes emotions, strong emotions, can even play back over and over again, that would be, there's two different kinds of haunting. One's an intellectual haunt, where a ghost would know that they're appearing to you and move things.
Right. Now, when you, just to interrupt a second, when you use the word haunt, H-A-U-N-T, when I first heard it, I said, okay, haunt, meaning the action of this ghost or energy or plasma or however you want to describe it. So it's to haunt as a verb to actually come into a person's consciousness and alert you or bring you into a new, like as you were sitting near your television set and saw this figure. So the haunting is the activity of trying to get your attention, is that?
Yes, their appearance.
Okay.
Yep, their appearance. They're making themselves known.
Right.
And you look at them and they look at you, and maybe somebody tips their hat or points to something, and that's an intelligent haunt, where if something just plays over and over and over again, they're not aware of you in any way, shape, or form. That's a residual haunt. To me, that's like energy that has somehow just affixed itself to the environment that's around.
Right. And you use the word attachment in the very beginning of the show. So where the attachment comes from initially, like an act of haunting, or you say a residual haunting, but all kinds of interesting variations. A question that comes to my mind, kind of an endless discussion. If someone comes to you, or you go someplace and get involved in looking for and taking these pictures with cameras and thermal, et cetera, and maybe for the people who are involved in this old house or place or whatever, and you provide great research and great comfort, if you will, in saying, yes, something is here. How do these people, express kind of relief that it's not just something going on and they're lost their mind completely? Or what's that kind of individual reaction, relaxation, or relief, or what? What's that about?
It can be all of the above. They could be more fearful if you show them that there's something exists. Or they could be saying, I'm glad I'm not crazy. You can teach them how to deal with it. You can say there's nothing here that can harm you. For instance, first of all, no, it's not like all older homes have a ghost. And it's also like not all newer ones don't. We were recently asked to do a case in Patriots Place. A store that's in Patriots Place. Now,
a store, you mean a retail store where people come and go. And,
at Patriots Place. And I did a research first on the land. As you know, Patriots Place used to be the old horse races.
Bay State Raceway.
That's right. And where Patriots retail stores are is where the trailer homes used to be for the workers that were there. Foxborough
I know the history.
Foxborough asked them to leave. I didn't know if anything had happened there, so I did some investigation on the land itself. It was scrubland. It was hilly scrubland. Wasn't used for anything. There were no homes. Even going back to the 17th and 18th centuries or 1800s. This land wasn't used for anything.
Oh, no, It
was barren.
And I know that's one of the side effects of what the Patriots and Bob Kraft have done, is take that whole multiple number of acres and turn it into a nice place.
Exactly. It was scrubland.
Not a good place.
So
did that help you give a sense of there might be something coming back?
Well, if I knew that there was something horrible that happened there, if there were tragedy, I do know on the highway there were a couple of cases. Exactly. But nothing that I could pinpoint to say, well, this might be a reason. But I do my research prior to. But we went into this case because the manager said there were things happening. There were some girls at night that refused to work at night to close because they were so frightened. They were seeing shadows, hearing voices, and things were falling off the shelves prior to them having to leave. And we went in. I first go into a case to prove it's not haunted. I'm proving it's not haunted.
Sure.
If anything's left over that makes me say, it could be paranormal, above the norm. But we went in and did a full investigation, and I could debunk everything.
Oh, okay.
Now, I told the manager and the girls that work there, you're seeing shadow from light play. At night when they're closing, there are still people walking back and forth.
Along the
There's
mall.
there's crystal chandeliers, there's mirrors, and it's shadow play. But yeah, it looks like something.
Yeah,
Voices are carrying from far, far, far outside.
Sure. Okay.
And in certain areas of the stores, you could hear it sound like someone talking next to you.
Right.
Different things were, I don't think, put so solidly back in place when finally customers were gone. And I think they were just toppling, like a purse was top heavy and would fall off the shelf.
Sure, right.
So I was able to debunk everything, and they were happy.
Oh, right.
The manager could say, we had a paranormal team in, there's nothing going on.
Right.
And I really respect the manager for doing that for her employees.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
She went out, she got a paranormal investigation team in, she was able to say, these things are being caused by this, but I did leave it with the manager. If the girls there think anything else is going on, write it down.
Yeah, right.
Keep a log of things, date, time, everything, and I would certainly go back.
Come back and check it out some more.
Exactly, just in case other things are going on.
Right.
And I did a lot of investigation in that store. And I have a form that I fill out that I have to know the humidity, barometric pressure, temperature inside and out, the phase of the moon at the time. There's a lot of information that goes, the weather. Is there thunder and lightning? A lot has to do with peaked activity, hunting activity, solar flares, and believe it or not, full moons. Activity level seems to go down.
Really?
But typical lightning storms, that energy in the air, activity does go up and you pick up more things. So I have to do a lot of work prior to going into a place. So it's not playtime. It's not, just going around randomly, something moves. If I put a ball on the ground, because they say there's a child spirit. I'll ask, the child to come and move the ball. But prior to doing that, I have a level with me. And I make sure that floor is level. And I'll place a ball there with a static camera.
To see what may happen. Sure.
And I have a measuring tape with me, too. If it were to move and we caught it on video, I can measure the movement. There's a lot that goes into it. So it's, very thorough. And, I hope, people can seek me out. If they see me in the community, stop and ask questions. I don't mind. I can give you my business card and say, if you need to, call, email me, anything. People need to know that this resource is out there. It's scientific. It's something that I've studied for over 30 years. And my daughter went off to college this summer. She left for college. And I needed a distraction. So I put the team together and I started to do it. Something I always thought I would, but the timing was when I really
had the time.
I needed the distraction. I was like heartbroken knowing she was going to leave. Leave for college. And thank goodness my son is still here for a couple more years. And he's a great investigator too. Great. So it's a family thing.
So I'm wondering, like these people at Patriots Place, how do they know to contact you, or where would they go in terms of doing that?
This is strange. Cases come to you. I was in there before. I asked one of the girls there for help picking out a specific something.
Just for some other reason.
And we started talking. And I was meeting and then weeks went by. I was meeting my sister there. I walked in and the manager was there. The girl I had spoken to before, she goes, this is the paranormal investigator I was talking about. And the manager says, we need you. Something's going on here. Now, I just walked in with my sister and we were hired.
Kelly, we have so much to talk about. We're going to end it here for this particular session. And we're going to pick it up again in another session. So again, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
And for all the viewers from the bookshelf, we've entered into a series, perhaps, of discussions about what is it to be paranormal. Thank you for watching. And again, stay tuned for additional series, The Paranormal.